everyone, my name is Thalia and welcome to Frequently Asked Questions number 1. This will be a series of videos with just questions that I get a lot, and I will answer them on video because, let's be honest, that's more fun than me just typing out the same thing over and over again. So yeah, that's why I want to make these things, and I just thought it would be interesting for you guys too, and also for people who are new to the channel and have questions, and maybe the answer will be there already. So I'm hoping this will be a little bit helpful and fun for you guys to watch. If you have any questions, you can just leave them in the comments, and if I have a lot of the same questions, I will answer them in other videos as well. I already have a few questions noted that I will talk about, and I will put them in the description below, the ones that I will talk about next, so you guys know what I will be talking about, and so you guys don't ask the same question again. So yeah, that's what these videos are about, so I hope you will enjoy it. This first one will be about how I got into anime and what exactly got me into anime and when and all that kind of stuff. It's gonna be kind of a lot of questions in one video together, because I was thinking about it, and it was already like, if someone asks like what got you into anime, then you also have like when did you get into anime and how, and what kind of series got you into that, and what were the next series that you checked out so you could check out even more series, and what was the first manga you checked out, and how did you start buying merchandise, and when did you start buying merchandise. A lot of questions, so I'm gonna answer those all today. The video might be a bit long, but you know, it should be fun. I'm kind of looking forward to just talk about it in depth, so you guys know more about me. I'm curious what you guys will think about it, so if you have any experiences of the same experiences like me, just let me know in the comments. That would be cool to know, and you can just tell your story as well. That would be cool for me as well, just to read that. I always like watching those kind of videos and just reading stuff, how people got into it. So yeah, I don't know, I don't even know where to begin. Anyways, for your information, I'm gonna start here. So for your information, I haven't been watching anime for that long. For some reason, people think I've been watching anime for like 10 years, but let's be honest, Pokemon doesn't count, Digimon doesn't count, Sailor Moon doesn't count, because back then I didn't know it was anime, and I didn't know there was more stuff than only like kids shows. I'm not gonna say Sailor Moon is completely kids show, but you know, back then I thought it was just a kids show. I thought it was just a cartoon. So back when I was I don't know, I think I was like 8 or 7. Sailor Moon might have been younger, so I think Sailor Moon was the first one I checked out. I remember I was really young. I was at my grandma's house. It was playing on the TV, and it was English with subtitles for us, because everything here in Belgium, well, most of the series back then especially, was English with Dutch subtitles. So because of that, you can kind of already guess as well why I can speak English pretty well. I'm not gonna say I'm very bad at it. I do make mistakes sometimes, but I learned the English because of the TV. Just everything was in English, everything is with Dutch subtitles. It's still that way for every series except for like Nickelodeon and Disney Channel and all that stuff. They've dubbed everything in Dutch now, so that's not the same anymore. And then for Pokemon, we've always had Pokemon in the Dutch dub, so I've been used to watching that in Dutch. I still watch it in Dutch. Like, I have this DVD box with the 10 movies of Pokemon, and they're actually all in Dutch. So it's, well, you can choose. It's either English or Dutch, but no Japanese at all. I've been watching X and Y series. It was Japanese. I was like, no, I'm not used to it. I'm used to watching it in Dutch. Same goes for Digimon. I saw that in Dutch as well, and you know, I was used to it. I was little, that way I could understand it way more, because otherwise in English it would have been complicated with Digimon and Pokemon, just understanding how it works and all that, because you know, I was young back then. Anyways, those were the ones that I checked out first: Pokemon, Digimon, Sailor Moon, and then we had what did we have? this one, of course. So we had Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z. I have the Dragon Ball DVDs and my brother has the Dragon Ball Z DVDs, so that's a fun thing. My brother and me always watched all of those shows like Pokemon, Digimon, Dragon Ball Z, and all of that, and we loved it, but we didn't know what it was. So technically I've been watching since I was little, but I don't really count that with it because it's not like I was already looking for other stuff back then. Then again, I wasn't on the internet back then as well, so I couldn't really look it up. I did buy magazines like Pokemon magazines and Digimon magazines and all that, but there was never any stuff about other anime in there. It was just about that subject and that was it. So there was no way that I could just get to know other anime back then. So yeah, those are the only ones that I checked out when I was little. I did nothing for years. I didn't look anything up. I didn't have a computer until I was like 16 something. So and I wasn't that active on the internet either back then. So, you know, it was a whole different world for me back then until I think I was 20. It's not that long ago. It's like 4 years ago, something like that. I was 19 or 20 and I was just surfing the internet and I was watching a lot of TV series at the time. I'm still watching a lot of TV shows, but I didn't get bored of it, but I was just like, I need something else to watch. So I looked up Sailor Moon because I was like, you know, you still kind of see stuff about Sailor Moon everywhere. When I went to shops and all that stuff, there's always like references to Sailor Moon, or I just recognized something or someone talked about it, and I was just wondering like how it was going with the series because I've never watched everything when I was younger. Then again, I didn't really understand it as well, and on TV it were just like random episodes, so I couldn't follow it through. So because of that, I was looking for it. I actually watched Sailor Moon, like the original series, in Japanese first, and that was a whole new thing for me. So I was like, what is this? I don't understand. Like, it's with English subtitles, which is fine, but this is weird to hear for me. I'm not used to this. I saw Sailor Moon in English. So I turned that off. I just looked up Sailor Moon with the dub so I could just watch it in English, and the main reason was just for nostalgia. I just wanted to see it back. I wanted to understand it more. I wanted to know what it was about exactly and how the story went. So I went ahead and watched that. I just googled Sailor Moon and kind of got to know like, oh, this is anime, like, and then I was like, what is anime? So I looked more stuff up and all that, but it didn't go any further than that. I just kind of looked it up and I was like, this looks weird, like I'm not really sure what this is. Also, because I looked up anime, you can imagine that I saw some stuff that I didn't want to see. I saw like yaoi and all that stuff and hentai, and that was just stuff that came up when I was looking for it, which is a shame, you know, because if people are looking up anime and they only see like the I'm not gonna say not so fun stuff, but I mean the stuff that isn't only anime. Like, anime isn't only about hentai and yaoi and yuri and all that. So you know, I kind of thought that was a shame, and that kind of, because of that, I think I didn't look more into it, and I was just like, well, it must just only be like kind of kid shows but with a twist and all that, and then like the other stuff. So that's really how I thought, and I just didn't really know what to think about it, so I just left it like that. But then one day here on TV they showed us Death Note, and it was on TV, and I was like, what is this? I saw commercials about it on TV that they were going to show it, and I was curious because in the commercials there was like blood and gunshots and all that, and I was like, what? Like, what is this? What does this mean? I want to see this. I kind of want to know what it is about. So I started watching Death Note on TV, but like I said, it was always like on a certain time and I wasn't always home at that time, so I had to be lucky to be able to watch it, and I wasn't lucky enough to watch it like weekly. So because of that, I looked up Death Note on my computer because I was like, I'm not gonna be able to watch it on TV, so I might as well look it up online and watch it there. So that's what I did. So Death Note was my first anime I guess I checked out because of TV here in Belgium, which I thought would never happen. Well, if I look back at it now, I thought that would never happen, but they did. So, you know, that's cool. So because of that, I watched Death Note, and then I was like, dude, this is cool. Like, I was so obsessed with the series. I was like, this is the best thing ever. This is so serious, it's so dark. I love the comedy in there. I love the characters. I was just going crazy about it. So I looked up a bunch of more stuff like that, and I got to know friends of mine that were like, oh, you watched that? Oh, you read the manga? Because I was like, I saw the anime and I was like, I have to read this as well. So I just bought everything from Death Note. I had like a figure, well, that I still have here. So I have the figure, I have the manga, I have the do I have the DVD box? Yes, I do. That was my first DVD box, by the way, like my anime DVD box. This one was the first one. Surprise. So I think it's that way for a lot of people. And I think it's a great way to start anime as well. Also, that will be another subject that I will talk about later. How, like, what the best anime is to start off with and all that stuff. I started with Death Note and I'm pretty happy about that because it was amazing. It was such a good experience and I just got so much interested in watching more, and I just kind of fell in love with it, and until this day it's still one of my favorites because it gives me that feeling of like finding out about anime and getting into this whole new world, and it was amazing. It was worth it. So anyone who hasn't seen it yet, please go watch it because it's so good. Although I'm not gonna say the second half is the best, but still, yeah, no spoilers. I'm just gonna say just check it out. But yeah, anyways, because of Death Note, I started it. My second anime that I checked out then, when I got into it more, was this one, Bleach. And that is also the reason why I got my Orihime tattoo. You cannot really see that, can you? Okay, a little bit. Anyways, Bleach was one of the first shonen series that I watched, well, second technically, so second shonen series that I watched. So I don't know, I kind of changed my mind now how I think about the series. I don't hate it, I still like it, but I still haven't finished it, so that means something as well. I did buy the manga as well, still haven't finished the manga either, but that's still going anyways. But still, I have very good memories of watching Bleach and getting to know what it was about and this whole different genre of anime. And Bleach is just one of the most important anime in my life personally, because I just put so much time into it, and because of looking at Bleach I got to know so much more anime as well. So, and yeah, that's kind of it. So yeah, that is how I got into anime. So when it comes to like merchandise and DVDs and manga, like how I got into that, I kind of just saw other people buying things on YouTube basically, and I kind of got jealous. To be honest, one of my first YouTube videos was my anime collection. I had 2 DVDs, I don't know how much manga did I have, like 5 volumes of manga or something, and I think I had maybe 1 figurine. I think that was it, and I was so proud about it, and I was like, I'm gonna make a video about this. And if I look at my stuff now, I'm like, yeah, past me would be so jealous of what I have now. So it's gone a little bit insane, but I'm happy with how my room is and all that, because it's like heaven for me. I'm so happy whenever I can get into my room and just chill and watch to just all my figures and all that stuff. It's great. I love it. I went to my first convention like 4 years ago, 2011, yeah. So that was my first convention that I went to, was a fax convention here in Belgium, and I just got really excited. But then again, I was just starting to get into anime, so I didn't know a lot about it. Also, the good thing about the fax convention though is that it's not only anime, it's also like superheroes and all that stuff. And back then I was really into Marvel and DC and all that. I still like that, but I'm not too interested in it anymore. For me, sometimes it's a bit too complicated as well, because I started buying comic books and it was starting to get like a big mess, because I started buying all of these single volumes and all that, and I was like confused as fuck. It was weird. I think I was just a bit too interested in it. I wanted to buy everything, but I didn't know anything about it. So yeah, that's kind of what happened with anime as well, but then again I did more research on that just so I could be like, yeah, should I buy this or not? So yeah, anyways, that's my little story about comic books. But because of the convention, I got to know so much more stuff, and it's always obvious at conventions what is the most popular stuff there. So I think, I'm not too sure what it was back then, but I know I saw a lot of like Fullmetal Alchemist, and I saw a lot of Death Notes, because, well, you still see a lot of Death Note at conventions here. A lot of Dragon Ball Z, lots of Pokemon still as well, and it was mostly that I paid attention to, only that, because that was all I knew. So but I saw more stuff like Bleach and Naruto, and I saw One Piece stuff as well, but I didn't know anything about it. So all I did was I came back home, I bought a bunch of stuff, but not so much. It was all Dragon Ball stuff, Pokemon stuff, Death Note stuff, and Bleach stuff. So that was all I bought back then. A lot of Pokemon stuff, which I still do, but you know, after that I came home and I just looked up more and more stuff, because I saw so many people cosplaying, and I just wanted to know what they were dressed as, and I just wanted to talk about it with people, because I tried to talk about anime with people before, but they knew so much more than me that I felt so dumb about it. I was kind of living in my own world, so I just decided to look up a lot of stuff, watch a lot of stuff, and that's how I got to know these two. So I got to know Madoka Magica, Fullmetal Panic. Those were ones of my first DVDs that I bought, and I still love them so much, especially Madoka Magica. That one, whoa. I think it is even from 2011, or it says 2012 here, but I know it was in the first year that I was watching anime that I discovered it, and I watched everything in one day, and I just had to buy it, so I pre-ordered it before it came out even. I had never done that before, so that means a lot. And this one is just special for me. It just takes me back to when I was kind of new but not knowing much, but I was enjoying that one so much. And then I had Fullmetal Panic, and I got to know more about like comedy and anime, and I just fell in love with it, and it was a great experience. Like I'm just fangirling right now about my past. But anyways, yeah, that's how I got to buy merchandise, just because of conventions really. And yeah, that's kind of it. For manga, I bought manga when I discovered Death Note, so I told you that already. I still don't have too much merchandise. I do have, well, it's alright, I guess. Like, people have seen my shrine before, so I do have a lot of posters. That's something I have enough of, but I will buy more nonetheless. Same goes for figures. I have a lot of figures now, but I still want more. So it's really an addiction, but I don't mind at all. I love giving my money all to this. I don't mind one bit. A lot of money. When you see your collection, like when people see their anime collection thingy, I can imagine that they're like, wow, I put a lot of money into this. So I did as well, but for me it's worth it because it kind of changed my life. So yeah, also another thing I will talk about later. So that's kind of it for my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up and leave your thoughts in the comments what you thought of this video, and if you have any questions and just your just your story about how you started collecting, how you started watching anime, all that kind of stuff. Sorry if this video is a little bit long. I was just saying everything that came to mind. I probably missed some stuff as well, but there's just so much to tell. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.